Your main man, Andrew Wood, coming back. I'm going to show you what my son and I picked up over the last week or so from the thrift stores. Now, I picked up a lot of Edgar Rice Burroughs books. I saw some of these selling on eBay, and they look like they sold for enough where I actually make a little profit selling them. So I figured, well, why not? These are all in pretty good shape. The first one, the Mad King. This one has a little tiny bit of a spine issue here, with the glue on the spine. But I mean, it's still pretty. It's a pretty good shape, and the actual in terms of there's some markings and so forth on these books, but for as old as they are, these books sold for 60 cents each. So you can tell how old these are. I believe they're from the 60s or the 70s, something like that. The Monster Men. That looks pretty cool, actually. The Eternal Savage. Just trying to show all those off. This, like I said, pick them up for $1 each. The Cave Girl. And yeah, they're still on all. I'll get you. All of these are. Oh, this one's a 50 cent cover price. So probably one that's even a bit older. Tarzan, the Magnificent. Land of Terror. I know it's scaring you right now. Don't try to front. Some dinosaurs, and also all kinds of like other animals. Like there's a saber-toothed cat, which that's completely anachronistic. Things did not exist at the same time. Not even close. Tarzan's Quest. It's another 50-center. And you can see, take a look at those books. That's why I picked them up, just because the condition on these things overall, for as old as they are, these are really outstanding books, I think. In fact, I've only seen one so far that had any kind of broken spine condition. Of course, they're going to have a little bit of shelf wear and so forth. But, they had a huge collection of them up at the same place. And what I figure, probably somebody got rid of their whole collection together. In fact, obviously, that's what happened. There's a little pencil writing up here, but, that can just be erased. The Moon Men. A Princess of Mars. And all these, like I said, are going to go straight to eBay. This one might be a little older. It says 125 on it, but it's in really nice shape. Tarzan and the City of Gold. I know you want to get the City of Gold. Come on now. Not like that doesn't impress you. Tarzan Triumphant. Again, just trying to show all those. I like to see the people on eBay and actually take a look at a video and see what these books look like. Better than a little snapshot, at least. Again, these are all in really nice shape. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of wearing or discoloration, little shelf wear like that. But overall, for as old as these books are, I'm not sure exactly how old they are, but they're quite nice, I think. Now, show you guys stuff I picked up at Goodwill. These books were $1 each, but they were half off, so they're only like 50 cents plus tax. I quite like these. The beginning to read books. I find these are really nice for my son. There's some really nice pictures in here. That's not that cool looking. Here you go. There's like a stag beetle and a dragonfly and a wasp and a praying mantis. So for 50 cents, I'm definitely gonna buy that. Bugs. Kids love insects, so why not? And I picked these up. These were sitting down there for a while. I think these are all coloring books, and these are really nice. And there's some puzzles and stuff like that in there too. But they call them activity books. These are all 50 cents each, and these were Planet Earth. Planet Earth series is really quite a nice series. I love David Attenborough. And here's another. Here's another one. Here is another one. Here's another one. Here is a Cat in a Hat. Well, that's actually Wizard of Oz. My mother-in-law is a huge Wizard of Oz fan, so I'll send it over to her house. I'm sure she'll have fun with that in there. Batman. Jumbo coloring book. In fact, it is not that jumbo. I have some that are like 7 or 8, maybe 10 times as thick. I have some gigantically thick coloring books that I dropped. Something I'm sure you guys heard. I'm sure somebody's going to have some nerd rage over when I actually pull it out and show it. It's kind of the big find, I think. I think it was a movement anyway. I have this whole bag here, and everything's up here because they're more filthy. They kind of sticky, and I don't know. I cleaned them up really, really well. They look quite nice now. I picked this whole bag up for $2.25 plus tax, and let's get into it. See what we have. I believe that's Luke Skywalker, not Han Solo, but that's from 1980. That's one of the original ones. My son has probably as large a collection of original Star Wars figures now. Not for me having kept my stuff. I only kept my my Dewback, one of my Bosk, and my Bib Fortuna. Those are the only guys I kept. but we found, you know, plenty of them out there thrifting. Probably has a larger collection of these guys as most kids his age are going to have Star Wars figures. He's got lots of the vintage ones, so that'll just go in there. We have, what are these? These are from WCW. Let me get the year. These are from 1994. You got Ric Flair. Woo! The Nick Show. By God, boy. And that's right, dude. Well, you know something, brother. I was banging out of Venice Beach with a 24-inch pythons, dude. So you got Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. They are the solid ones. My son does not like figures on articulation. If anybody wants to trade for those, let me know if you want to buy them. Otherwise, I'll probably hit eBay. Speaking of wrestling figures, we also picked up Road Warrior Animal. These are the old 1985 AWA wrestling figures. They are like kind of like He-Man figure style. They all had the same body. In fact, I remember them running a skit with Playboy Buddy Rose talking about, oh, it was all sculpted after Playboy Buddy Rose's body. His daughter came on there and did the gimmick like it was for real. And for those that don't know Playboy Buddy Rose, he was a big fat slob. So it was pretty funny. And he was always had a sort of delusional gimmick, like he was the best looking guy. But that is Road Warrior Animal. That's the really old school Animal look. Let's see. We have like the referee. So that guy's probably like a really rare one because no one kept a referee. You know, that guy probably, you know, probably the most valuable one of all of them. I don't know which is which, but these are I'm almost 100% sure are the Fabs, Steve Kearns and Stan Lane, the fabulous ones. Again, I'm not sure which one's which. I'm looking at them, and I don't know. I keep vacillating on which one I think is which. There's also this guy who looks like a generic He-Man knockoff type guy. If anyone knows who he is, let me know. But he'll probably throw him in there, some kind of lot. But I got all four of those wrestling figures there from 80, was it 85 or 86? 85. They were sticky, so I had to get the stuff off them. I have also recently picked up a Larry Zbyszko, and we have a few of these others. I probably just a lot of them sell on eBay because I just don't think my kid is going to be too into these. And he already has some stuff. If anybody wants this guy, and you know who that is, so you know, let me know if you're into him. If you want him, he actually has articulation too. It's like his fist like moves here, and I probably need to move my big old fingers. You guys can actually see, but check this out. Boom! That's right. Oh, he just kicked the water everywhere. Like I said, I just cleaned them. He is from 1985. Like a lot of vintage toys in there for $225 plus tax. It's quite a good find, I think. You know, it wasn't just a bunch of McDonald's junk. Danielson. So, you know, somebody wants. I'm sure one of you guys would probably say, "Oh yeah, I gotta have that Danielson." So I don't really care about him. I'm happy to come off him. There's a He-Man with. I think this was one of like the last He-Mans made from the original line. So he has like a special gimmick on his chest. He is from 86, 85, I think. Kind of hard to tell. The light in here isn't that bright. I've actually been thinking about getting rid of. I've slowly accumulated a large amount of Masters of the Universe figures, and these, particularly the old ones that are what now, what like 20 years old almost. You know, they're not really well made. I think for a child to play with. No, over 20 years old. God, these things really are old. My son had gotten into a Manny Faces and like broke it like immediately. It was, you know, several months ago, but you know I didn't even give it to him to play. It was like while I was on the videos, he'd grabbed it and within like seconds of touching it, it just fell apart. So I don't know. I don't know if they're really going to have the play value for my son. So I'm thinking about selling the entire Master Universe collection that I've built up. He hasn't played with any of them yet. So if somebody wants to put a serious offer down, you know, I can dig out and see what exactly I have. This Batman. This mask is around here somewhere. There he is. It's Bruce Wayne. Here is Jon Stewart. I don't know why he's just the same name as the Daily Show host, but he does. I don't know exactly when he came out. This is like a rescue hero style. It's quite odd because they have DC figures like this Green Lantern, Jon Stewart here, and they have Marvel figures like Spider-Man and Wolverine and their line and Hulk. I think my son has a Hulk too. So let me go through this here. This is the second one of these I found. I found both of them for like mad cheap too. The other one I think was like 75 cents. This one was 125 plus tax. That's of course a dewback, a newer one. Has a saddle on it. We do have one old school one, so this will be his third dewback. And no, I'm not interested in trading this. I think dewbacks are freaking awesome. I'll have a herd of dewbacks for my son. We'll buy like a dozen of these. Pick this up. What's I pay for this? $1 plus tax. Has a nice little scene on there. You really find some of these like incredibly ornate candles like this. Somewhere in Germany, Gutenkreisen, I think Germany. Anyway. So you see the mushrooms, little girl. What do we know? The story there is that I don't know if this is a Little Red Riding Hood. Maybe that's a wolf. Yeah, it's got to be a wolf. That was a deer at first. But candles like that, man, you can find them like brand. I don't know why people donate candles to thrift stores. Why? Just light the damn thing. Just light it. It's a candle. It doesn't matter if it's pretty or whatever. Just light it, and then you'll get your use out of it. But people just get rid of them. I have so many of these ornamental candles. My people are like, oh, they're nice. I'm like, just burn it, baby, because we have a load of them. Don't worry. I'll get you some more. Let's see. We got this. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's definitely Autobots. I think it probably needs new batteries. It's some kind of sword. I have to hold it back here. My son was loving this at the store. And he's in bed now. It's actually quite late now in the video. Well, I think it somehow does this because he was getting the whole thing to come out. But yeah, it comes into like a big, awesome sword. I'm so looking forward to finding like those Thundercat swords. It's just like $15 in a store. But eventually, Thrift, you will find just about everything. That's a Transformer one. We picked up this as well. This is $125. This is a 2007 G.I. Joe vehicle. You can see the little place for the dude right here. I can't get these things to spin on their own, and it looks like maybe this part right here was designed to have them spin. You can see the thing obviously can move, though, if I put it down and let it go. You can fit one guy right there, and then there's footholds for 1, 2, 3 more. Maybe another one. Looks like there's a little piece missing right there. That's okay, though. My son had a lot of fun out of this. It still has all this stuff on it. You see them on both sides. There. And these things do spin, but I can't seem to get them to automatically do so. Anyway, $1.25 is a hell of a good deal. Some more books that I found my son. Grade 1 to 3. Writing words and sentences. That is $25. I'm not going to pass up on that, right? The Best Book of Whales and Dolphins. Now, this is a picture from there. That was also for. Those were Scholastic books. Here's another Scholastic book. It was also a quarter. Ancient Greece. I enjoy my old cultures, my mythology right there. You can see a satyr or fawn or perhaps the god Pan. I'm not particularly sure. Oh, it does say god Pan, so I'm sure now. And it has some drawing instructions in here. It's quite possible my son could be quite talented at drawing. We've had a lot of really talented artists on both sides of our family. My mom was a French artist for a while. Let's see here. Days of the Knights, A Tale of Castles and Battles. Love this kind of thing. This is kind of like the insect book from the same line. I paid 50 cents for that. A little beat up, but with all this stuff in there, I'm going to get a hold of that. A Calendar Line, Thomas the Train Quarter. Let's see. What's I pick this one? 50 cents for Handwriting Without Tears. It's a whole book. That's a thick book. Look at that. I'm sure you guys are really interested in that, but I picked it up. I was happy to find that. It's a cheap price. Oh. Huh. Somehow it looks like I bought two of the same comic book. Or not, same coloring book. This is, maybe they're different. Oh, no, I think they are different. But they're both Disney bunnies. They're bunnies. I call my son a little rabbit. So I think with bunnies on it. I can get that for him. Those are 10 cents each. I mean, that's a full coloring book for 10 cents for Disney. That's not a generic knockoff or anything. That is Disney. And they are 2011 coloring books. So somehow, some people out there really hate to color. I don't know. We have so many, you wouldn't even believe the stack. In fact, I don't think you can see it over there from the camera trajectory. No, you can't. They're kind of just under there a little bit. But there's a stack about half the way up from one of those shelves, just full of coloring books. And that's not even all of them. You can draw for $0.25. Hope some learn to draw things. We're real big on him coloring and so forth. Coral Reef. This book, although someone did write in it, it has stickers that no one pulled out. So it was $0.25 for like a whole page of actually pretty nice aquatic themed stickers. And I really like to teach my son about animals, and hands-on activities like this are excellent for learning. And in fact, I was even wrong. It's a whole extra page, and those are pretty awesome too. You have a crab and an eel, pufferfish. Yeah, actually kind of amazing the number of animals. I don't know. We picked up Star Wars pilots the spacecraft for a quarter. I pick up all these at Fine because I sell them on eBay. I just lot them up together, and I'll make, not a huge killing, but I definitely make a few dollars on a lot of them. This is the Big Bug Search. I think this one kind of captivating was in there. Yeah, so it's like a matching book with all these like really cool pages, pictures, and I paid a quarter for it, so I thought it's quite awesome. This place, there's a lot of old churchy women in there, and they anything boyish, man, it's like almost free. They do not want it. They're not interested in it. They don't want to be have anything to do with it at all. So the next thing I have is this guy. That's right. He's the last thing I'm going to say. He's from 1985, I think. Was it 86? 1985, Banzai, Japan. He is, of course, a gobot. He was in his other form when I found him. He was in the motorcycle form, and he transforms quite easily. I was able to do him, get his wheels behind him. They turn all the way around. I know a lot of gobot collectors out there. I'm probably gonna hold on to this guy. I think my son is gonna enjoy playing with him, and he seemed quite sturdy. If a toy is kind of weak and feels like it's gonna fall apart, I'll probably get rid of him because I don't want my son just to break it. I'd rather it existed if some collector had it or whatever. But this toy I think would be cool. And I remember having some of these gobots when I was a kid. I can't remember which ones I had, but yeah. So I think he was the star of it. He's quite durable because I completely dropped him on the ground. Everything I was saying, someone's gonna nerd rage over that. I can't believe you dropped motorcycle dude on the ground. Yes, I had no idea what his name is. I know we'll get hate. Oh, you don't know what motorcycle dude's name is? No, son, I don't know what motorcycle dude's name is. I do know that the wheels can kind of come out like that, and it's quite cool. It's not like the little ones. It's like, I guess, the deluxe version GoBot. Because I remember they had like little kind of pathetic ones, and it was kind of cool. And I saw him, I knew exactly what he was. I remember him from being a kid. But let's see if I can get him. Well, anyway, you guys know he changes. So anyway, that's the video. So thanks for watching, guys.